Okay, we're going to take a look at our Netflix clone app. This is one of our demo apps that's available to all our No Code Academy subscribers. And it's a clone of Netflix, as you can see. And what we're going to try and do is add notifications into it. So notifications are often used in lots of apps for letting you know that there's a message for you or some kind of notification for you. And we're going to see how we can add that into this app. So hopefully those that are looking to add it into their app can use this as a good example. And for those subscribers, you've got full access to this app, so you can go into the editor and see exactly what we did. If you want to follow the video and then actually go and have a look and see what it looks like, you can do that. Great. So we've already got built into the header, because it was a copy of what was in Netflix. We've got the little bell, and typically the little bell changing colour or a little number next to it or something like that to show how many notifications you've got is the typical way we notify the user that they've got some notifications that they can go and read. So what we're going to start off with is the basics of that, which is to build out the data architecture. So let's go to our data tab, and as you can see, this is pretty simple. We've got literally movies and users in here. So I'm going to add a new one called notifications or notification. There we go. Add a new data type, and we're going to add a new field or some fields to that. So we'll have title, just going to be type text. Oops, type text. Create that. We are going to have the message itself, so the message content, which is going to be type text, and we're going to have a to field, so who it's going to go to, and that's going to be a type user, and we're going to have a seen by, so who has actually seen it. And actually I made a mistake on that previous one. This is user, and this is going to be a list. And this, I'm going to delete that and put that back in, because that should also be a list who it's going to. It's a user, and it should be a list as well. So we've got title, you can imagine that, title at the top of the thing, and with the message text, whatever it's going to be, to which users it's going to go to, and then which users have already viewed it, so that we can show or grey it out or not show it once they've viewed it and seen the notification, which is kind of typical. Great, so that sets up our data. So now all we need to do is have a look at the bell in the header and make a couple of changes to that. So let's go look at the header. Here we go, here's our bell. So at the moment I don't think it's doing anything clever. It's not. So let's put a condition on it, and let's have a search. Do a search for, let's see, notifications, and we're going to look for to contains current user. So is the current user contained in the to field? So if it's going to us, we should be in the to field. And let's check that we haven't seen it. So seen by doesn't contain current user, so we haven't seen it yet, basically. Okay, so those are the constraints that we need on it. And then let's have a count, and put count is greater than 0, so it means there is at least one notification there. And what we'll do is we'll change the color to be red, or pinky red. Yeah, good. So when there's a notification, that should change the bell to be red. Good job. Okay, so let's go see where we're going to plumb this in. We're going to plumb it in. Where are we going to plumb it in? We want there to be a notification when there is... well, let's build an admin screen very quickly let's add a new page. Let's call it admin, for adding notifications. So we're going to create a really basic admin page. So let's create a group like this. Let's call it notification. Notification add. Great. If we really want it black, so let's just take the background off that. Transparent. Okay, let's add in an input box in here. This is going to be notification title. Let's add a multi-line input. There we go. We'll call this one notification message. It's going to be there. And we now want to select who it's going to go to. So let's just do something simple to start with. Let's put a drop-down box in. Drop-down box in here. Like that. So user select. We're only going to be able to send it to one at the moment, but that's fine because we're just going to use it as a test. Dynamic choice users. Do a search for users. And then current option is going to be their name. What do we have? We don't have names in there. Okay, so we're just going to use email address. That's fine. And then we're going to do button, and we're going to add. So we're going to have add notification. Great. Let's put a workflow on that. So we're going to create a new notification, create a new thing. And it's going to be of type notification. Let's set our field. Title is going to be the input notification titles value. Then the message equals, and let's have a look. Multi-line input message as value, and then the to user to add, and then we'll add the drop-down user select value. Great. So that should create a notification in the system. Nice and simple. So let's go ahead and let's just left align these things. Try and make it look vaguely pretty. If your responsive is not going to make that pretty. Right, let's go back to our app. Let's go to admin, which is the new page we just created. So we're currently logged in as demo user. So let's put test. This is a test notification, and let's select demo. There we go, and let's add. Right, that's done it. We've got no response back because we didn't do a reset or anything like that. But now let's go back to the home screen, and the bell, in theory, should be red. Let's see. And the bell's not red. Right, okay, so that means two things. We're either not logged in, or that didn't create it. So let's go have a look. Let's go look at the data. App data, go to notifications. Boom, we have one, and we have it too, demo. Yeah. And there's nothing in the scene by, so it should be there. Okay, so let's just run as demo. Make sure that we are logged in as demo. Let's go back to the home screen. Right, we're definitely logged in as demo. That's definitely not working. Right, so let's go debug that and see why it's not working. Let's put debug mode on. And we can then have a look in the header and see why that's not working. So go and grab the bell. So yeah, it's not hit the search for notifications count is greater than 0. Okay, so let's have a look at it down the bottom here. So current user is, let's have a look, demo, yep, right, so that's right. Just go back. So to contains current user, seen by doesn't contain current user, and it hasn't found any. To contains current user, seen by doesn't contain current user. So that looks correct. So now this might be a privacy rules issue. Let's have a look at the privacy rules. Here we go. This is right. So for the time being, bad practice, I'm just going to remove the privacy rule. Let's refresh this. So basically it wasn't able to access the data because of a privacy rule. So let's just have a look. We'll remove it and this will prove whether it works or not. There we go. And our bell's gone red. There we go. Little bell's gone red. So very basics. This is lesson 1 of setting up notifications. We'll come back and we'll do lesson 2, and lesson 2 will be about, well, look, great, we're going to click on the bell, we want to show those notifications and be able to close them down and do something with them. So we'll come back and do that in lesson 2.